Just testing this out. Just testing this out. Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm just getting set up here. So I'm just painting some end and stuff tonight. Just want to kind of get some work done on these guys. I've been basically trying to get my army sort of on the go again. I've been stripping the paint. I've been repriming and figuring out what I'm going to be doing with everything, where the colors are going, and I'm just overall enjoying it. So basically, if you don't know what Eandon is, they're one of the Eldar craft worlds, and they really focus on Wraith constructs. So the Wraith Guard, Wraith Knights, things like that, because most of their population, or at least a good chunk of it, was killed in various ways over the millennia. Big chunk of it was killed when Tyranids from Behemoth or Kraken, I forget which one, hit their craft world, and they were only saved last minute by Prince Uriel, one of the special characters who comes from their craft world. And I like them because of their colors. It's a big part of it. So they're bright yellow. They have blue helmets. I'm going to use black for their weapons. Trying to keep the lights on here. Sorry about this. Sorry about the shoddy production value. I'm trying to figure this all out. Red trim, that'll be on things like, well, in the case of these guys, their ponytails, what do they call, the Storm Guardians, and some Skeleton Horde is going to be used for the try to get some more light on here too. Used for their like bone sections. Not every model has like bone on them, but some do. So I'm just going to be starting off by working on this Guardian. Just to work on the squad. You can see some of them over here. I've already got them going. And basically, right now I'm painting an entire army. This isn't something where I'm just picking away at an army that I've had, progress on for 20 years. This is an army I have had progress on, and I've stripped it all away, and I'm starting fresh. My last craft world was custom. They were purple and green. I like them, but I've improved a lot in painting since I started them. And with the introduction of this contrast yellow, this is called Bad Moon Yellow. It came out last year, I think. And suddenly yellow, you can actually try to get some good lighting on this. You can really actually get yellow on really quick and with very little effort. I'm actually really impressed with this paint. Yellow is, if you're a long-time painter, you'll probably be aware yellow is pretty hard to do. It's not impossible, but a good yellow can be really frustrating. There's been all kinds of different things I've heard over the years that work, different strategies, and yeah, just most of them never work for me. I'm just not that good, I guess. Hey, how's it going? Google Not. Yeah, these are my guys too. I really like them. When the last big Eldar Codex update came out back in like 2012, and whatever that was, 6th edition, I think. And they cut all those new Wraith units. I jumped right on that, got back into my Eldar, dug them out, and I really had a lot of fun with them. And I mean, like, I admit a lot of that fun just came from the fact that Eldar were a little bit too crazy in 6th edition. There's no denying that or getting around it. The introduction of D weaponry, if you were there for that, that stuff was brutal. But you know, brutal or not, it's not my fault. I didn't design the rules. I didn't write them, but I did enjoy playing Eldar. I like the play style of Eldar. Hidden Fade, um, lots of very strong weapons on very glass hammer kind of glass cannon kind of units. So you had to be really careful playing with Eldar because you could jump out and do a load of damage, but if you weren't careful, you were going to wind up losing them. Now, back in that edition, you had so many um, tricks and little things going on with Eldar that it frankly was quite difficult to mess up and lose your units between like the ability to move, shoot, move, or if you wanted to, you could move, shoot just to get into range. Like I said, it was D weapons just that could wipe units out just by hitting them. And there. Trying to get this centered. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah. Eldar, just lots of fun to play. Always have been since like I started playing in third edition. I've always appreciated Eldar. And it's nice to have a book that's fun. Even though, a lot of people are complaining about the Eldar right now, I think overall it's not that bad. It's going to get better as the edition goes on and they work out the balances. They were definitely overdone. So this here is a like a warlock or a farseer. I forget which this guy technically was. I think he might be a farseer from back in like third or second. Um, he's just going to be one more of my wizard boys that I'm trying to get as many of them as possible. I think I have like 8 total right now on foot. This allows me to work between using them as farseers, spirit seers, and warlocks. And I'm using a big variety of different um, model types to fill them out. And they're mostly older. In fact, I don't think anything's newer than like, well, I have one new Farseer. He's from the new Combat Patrol or the newish Combat Patrol. But prior to that, I think the newest one I had was a metal that's like from 2008 or something. He's still pretty old, but they look great. I think all of them look good for the most part. There's a couple that are quite derpy, which is to be expected with anything from some of the elder armies, not Eldar, but Elder. Um, Warhammer players are aware that certain armies don't really get updates to their models very often, and I happen to play a couple of them. Eldar being one of them. The other is Skaven specifically. It's still running models from the early 90s in some cases, like my weapons teams and my Globadiers. But, you know, they had a lot of character, and the Eldar are something that I've always, like I said, just in general enjoyed. And now, like I said, with this new yellow, being able to really quickly slap on a yellow coat, cannot stress enough that this is the time to do Eandon, to do Imperial Fists, all that stuff. They're, you know, the frustrating yellow armies, lamenters, whatever. This paint is such a great base. Oh, make sure I don't leave that bubble. And yeah, make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't want to lose focus here. And yeah, there we go. So, right off the bat, I mean, like this is a minute or two of putting yellow on this guy, and everything that needs to be yellow is. I've gone over a couple spots a little bit too heavily. Like right there should be black by the time I'm done, so that the rune armor's gonna pop a little better. And actually, I want to show this off real quick. So this is I can't get it all in frame because of the way I have my camera set up, but this Wraith Knight, um, this is hand painted yellow. Normally I would never